Well, George, you listen to President Mahama. You know as well as I do that he only has 4 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, before the big elections.
Yeah.
What does he do with the 4 months, really?
I think he faces a lot of challenges, and it's very, very difficult, to accomplish much within 4 months. In a way, it would be unfair to judge him upon, what he can accomplish within 4 months. But the country currently faces, quite a number of challenges on the economic front. The government has done very well. A year ago, the rate of economic growth was something like 14.5%. But now it's been, the forecast has been downgraded to about 10%. 10% is still good, but, it's been, but the forecast is down. And secondly, the cost of living is also going up in Ghana. And the external value of the cedi has also been falling. It's difficult, to sort of, meet all these challenges and fix all these problems, within 4 months.
But what about the fact that the country is in what one would characterize as a national mourning?
Oh, yes.
I was in Ghana. I was in Accra. I was in Cape Coast, Takoradi. I went to Nkrumah's birthplace, Kurofur.
Yeah.
I went to Hafasine. I mean, frankly...
Oh, yeah. There was a genuine outpouring of grief over, the death of Atta Mills,
Has he become more respected, perhaps more popular in death than he may in fact have been in office as president?
Well, it's difficult to say, but, in our tradition, we take death seriously. And as a matter of fact, it's part of our African tradition. We honor, and make sure that we give the dead, some very, dignified, farewell.
But you Ghanaians in particular do take dead people very, very seriously.
Oh yeah, we do. It's very serious. And this is one of the reasons, is, we don't speak ill of, a dead person. You notice that a lot of, even opposition, in Ghana, praised him, that he was a man of, respect,
Oh, yeah, I met former Ghanaian President John Kufuor.
Yeah, yes.
And you should have heard what he had to say about his successor. As a matter of fact, frankly, there is a sense or a feeling, at least in the capital, that this could work in favor of the new president.
Oh, it could.
President Mahama.
With a lot of sympathy, vote for him, it could, but it's difficult to tell within this short, period of time.
Yes.
Because like he himself said, the atmosphere is the political atmosphere is very competitive.
But if you are in the opposition, let's say you are Nana Akufo-Addo,
yes,
from the NPP, how do you campaign?
Well, how? You don't campaign against a person. You campaign against the achievements of the regime. And, the current regime says, it wants to continue with Professor Atta Mills' vision of better Ghana. Okay, fine. So if you are Akufo-Addo, you come up, with an alternative view, and hopefully you can sell that to the Ghanaian people.
What about the transition, Professor Ayittey? Were you surprised by the manner in which it was conducted?
No, I think, the Vice President said, this was a constitutional matter. And I'm very, very proud that it was handled very, very smoothly. In contrast to, as you mentioned, in Guinea, for example, or even Ivory Coast, when Houphouët-Boigny died, it was chaos. And even Nigeria.
Even Togo, your neighbors.
Yes, there was chaos. In Malawi, it was chaos. But, I'm very, very proud that Ghana has been able to set a very good example. The smooth transition attests to the strength and the stability of democracy in Ghana. And hopefully, other African countries might emulate that.
Talking about that, you know what happened Monday in Ethiopia, and they too, frankly, seem to be carrying out a smooth transition. We now have Haile Mariam Desalegn as the acting prime minister.
Oh yes, in the beginning, there was a lot of mystery surrounding who would replace Meles, because he has been sort of pumped up to be something like a god, whose shoes nobody can fill. So there was a lot of intrigue and speculation. But right now, they seem to have, come up with a nominee. So that is good.
We'll come to that later. A reminder that you are tuned into a special edition of Straight Talk Africa, and today we bring you our exclusive interview with the Ghanaian President John Dramani Mahama, days after the sudden death of John Evans at Mills. If you wish to participate in our discussion, please call us at 202-619-3111. US country code is 1. We'll continue our discussion in a moment, so please don't go away.